Now, Andy Pitz has been on the David Letterman show. He's been on the Craig Ferguson show. He's been on Comedy Central. This guy has been all over the place. So when I tell you he is a funny, funny man, believe me. Put your hands together, Mr. Andy Pitz.
Thank you, everybody. Please another hand for Don Wyckoff right there. He's a tall motherfucker. Look at this. Broke it. I don't care. I don't need it. Oh, please another round of applause for Mark Norman, who was out earlier. I will take the credit for bringing Mark. I asked him to come. If he bombed, I would have been like, who is that? Oneonta, it is my first time in your fair city. I was very close to here for a very long time. I actually went to SUNY Cortland, not too far from here. That's okay. And I went back there to do a show, and it's been 20 years since I was at school there. One thing that hasn't changed about college students, they love to abbreviate the major. Can't say the whole major, that's not cool. So, hey, what are you taking, man? Kids like poli-sci. Isn't that nifty? English lit, child psych. So I was a health major. People go, what are you taking? I'm like, what? People thought I had tuberculosis. They were running away from me. My actual major was, I took health education. Couldn't abbreviate that. What am I taking? Head. Come with me, mister. But it was after that I started doing comedy. I've had a couple of intermittent jobs, but I'm like 0 for 19 on job interviews. I never got one job that had an interview attached to it because, I don't know, apparently human resources people don't really get into joking around during the interview. They're very stiff. So I remember this one guy, he's so intense. His first question, he's like, first of all, Andy, do you have any alcohol or drug problems we should be aware of? I said, that you should be aware of? No. Thank you. I thought that was just, I came out of nowhere. I was like, huh? And the guy's like, interview over, can we have the next candidate in here? I'm like, so you're saying I have no chance of working at Boeing Aviation? He was a little uptight. Sometimes when I'm talking to somebody and they tell me what their job is, and I don't quite grasp it, I will dig myself further into a hole by responding verbally. So if that ever happens to you, if you hear somebody has a job that's just like, what? Don't say anything. My advice, put your eyebrows up as far as possible. Works every time. So what do you do for a living? I'm a syndicated photojournalist. That's what I can't tell. I don't know shit about syndicated artists. You don't have to say anything. You might have to do the lower lip and the nod. How long have you been doing it? About 25 years. You have a whole conversation with somebody. That's it. Those are all the movable parts of my face. I am out of things to say to you, sir. Let's see. I was my favorite job when I was in high school. Pizza delivery guy. That's an awesome job. There's really no interview. Like, hey, nice car. You grew up around here? You're hired. That's it. And I'm talking mid-1980s, people. No technology for the pizza guy back then. I see kids driving around with the GPS, and if they get lost, the cell phone. You kidding? You know what I relied on? Passion. How sad is that? And I grew up in Buffalo, New York. You guys know it's freezing. It's kind of like here, 10 months out of the year. I get there on time. People are like, why is my pizza cold? I don't know, maybe for the same reason you didn't feel like leaving the house to get it.